Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Should the Celtics give Jaylen Brown a SuperMax? That is the question. Jaylen Brown could earn $290 million if he signed a SuperMax contract with the Boston Celtics. But the question is, should they give him that contract? I mean, it's a tough decision. If you sign Jaylen Brown to a SuperMax, I would only give him that contract if I feel like he could get us over the hump. And so far, that is not the case. In the biggest moments, when it mattered the most, Jaylen Brown never rise to the occasion. And if I'm the Celtics, I'm like, is Jaylen Brown worth a supermax of $290 million? Plus they got to pay Tatum. I mean, can this duo get over the hump and win a championship? I mean, don't get me wrong, Jaylen Brown is a talented player. He's a very good player, but in the biggest moments when it mattered the most, he never seems to rise to the occasion. And I know, I know. I know Miami Heat won. They advanced to the finals. But you can't tell me that the Miami Heat has a better team than the Boston Celtics. Because truth be told, they don't. Talent-wise, Boston have a better team than Miami. But obviously, Miami has better coaching, and they have Jimmy Butler, who has more heart than all these players. When you have a coach like Spoelstra, and you have a player like Jimmy leading the locker room, then yes, you could do more with less, and that's the case. But the Celtics have a better team. They have a better team than Miami, talent-wise. But another failed season once again. And now the question is, should they give Jaylen Brown that max contract? I mean, it's a tough decision. I say only if you think he could get you over the hump with Tatum. Boston had multiple chances, multiple opportunities to win a title, multiple seasons, but they just can't seem to get over the hump. It's the same story every season. Last year they got to the finals, they made it, and the Warriors dog walked them. This season, they went down 3-0, and unfortunately, it was too much of a hill to climb, and they got eliminated. And in this series, in the Miami versus Boston series, Jaylen Brown didn't show up. He wasn't available. So once again, am I going to pay this guy just to lose in the Eastern Conference Finals or not make the Eastern Conference Finals at all? And that's the question. There is no question Boston has one of the best teams in the East. Nobody's going to argue that. They're top 3 in the East as far as best teams. There's no argument. But can they get it done? That's the question. Can Tatum and Jaylen Brown get you to the promised land? Can this duo win a championship? So far, it hasn't been done. It hasn't been proven. And if you're the Boston Celtics president and the upper management, do you feel like Jaylen Brown or investing in Jaylen Brown is worth it? Because he has to show me something. And so far, he hasn't shown him anything. And it's another failed season. This season, Jaylen Brown averaged 26.6 points per game, and he made the All-NBA second team, which made him eligible for a Supermax extension. So he will be eligible for a 5-year extension. And if I'm the Celtics, I'm saying, do I want to pay this guy? We know he's talented, obviously, but can he get us over the hump? No one is going to question how talented Jaylen Brown is. He's a very, very good player. We're not questioning his talent. The question is, can Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum win us a championship? And as it currently stands, the answer is no. I don't know what the future holds, but from what I've been seeing the past few years, they just can't seem to get it done. They can't seem to get it done. On a Miami team with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, they can't get over the hump. Don't get it twisted. Miami is a good team, but Boston, talent-wise, is a better team. If you look up and down the roster, Boston has a more talented team than Miami. but Miami is better coached, and Jimmy Butler just has more heart. So, are you going to pay Jaylen Brown $50 million a year? That is a tough situation, man. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they are one of the best duo in the NBA. No argument there. They're young, and they are one of the best duo in the current NBA. But the question that lingers is, can these two players win a championship together? They have a good team around them. The pieces are there. It's up to the stars to make it happen. And so far, it's been disappointment after disappointment. Last season, they got there, they lost. Okay, no big deal. It's the Warriors. They're a championship team. They got championship pedigree. You know, they've been there before. Understood. This season, they're out the playoff versus Miami, which is not a better team. It's a weird situation because you could say Miami is the better team because they won, but then talent-wise, Miami is not the better team. When you look at the teams on paper, Miami is not a more talented team than Boston. I guess they're more well-coached, I guess. I don't know, man, because going into this series, I knew it would have been a tough series, but I figured Boston had more talent. You know, they have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You have Bam, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Hero is injured. So I'm like, it's going to be a tough series, but Boston might win in 6. But to everybody's surprise, they went down 3-0. And that is a tall order trying to come back from a 3-0 deficit. And now they're eliminated. And now the question comes up, should Boston give Jaylen Brown a supermax? I mean, it would be crazy on Jaylen Brown's part to reject a supermax, but it could also be crazy on Boston's part to give him a supermax. So both teams, both sides, both parties is going to have to sit down and, figure this out. This is a tough situation. Do you want to give him almost $300 million? So we're going to see what happened in the off seasons, man. There's a lot of moves to be made, and we're going to see how all this pans out. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.